But the final reason why lying is so haram is the most important reason of them all. And it is demonstrated to us by the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. He was once approached by a man who says, he was a non-Muslim at the time, he says, Ya Rasulullah, I want to become a Muslim. I appreciate the truth of Islam, I want to become a Muslim. But there's one problem. I love alcohol. I can't give up drinking. Is there some sort of way, can you give me an exception that I can become a Muslim but continue to drink? The Holy Prophet, he said, fine, don't worry. You can continue to drink alcohol. You have my personal permission under one condition. You give up lying. Now the man, he couldn't believe his luck. I mean, subhanAllah, the one man in history that has had Islamic justification to drink alcohol. So he goes away, he says, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, he becomes a Muslim. A few months later, Rasulullah comes across the same man. And he asks him, how's it going? He says, not bad, Rasulullah. And he looks a little bit sheepish. He looks a little bit guilty. And the Holy Prophet asks him, so how is the alcohol treating you? And the man, he looks down and he says, you know, Ya Rasulullah, I've got to tell you, I've stopped drinking. Rasulullah says, why? You had my ijazah, you had my permission, why did you give it up? He says, because your condition was that I didn't lie, right? He says, yes, of course. He says, so I would drink, and then I would recover a little bit, and I'd go and I'd meet with my friends or with other members of the community. And they would ask me, where had you been? What were you doing? And I had to say to them that I had been drinking alcohol. And when I said this, they would ridicule me. They'd make fun of me. I became a joke amongst the society. So eventually I found that if I'm going to follow the advice that you gave me, if I'm going to follow what I promised, and that I don't lie, then the only option is for me to give up lying. Imam al-Askari alayhi salam, he says that all spiteful traits are placed in a house. All wicked characteristics, all sins are in one house. And the key to this house is lying. If we abandon lying, we abandon all other sins. Because it becomes extremely difficult to conduct those sins if you cannot protect yourself by lying as well. Because for some, I guess you could say it's a psychological condition of the human being that we don't mind sinning in front of Allah, if our faith is not strong enough. But we don't want other people to find out, right? Because it'll embarrass me. And if we abandon lying and we can push that to the side, then we are forced to stay away from other sins. Just like this man, the way that the Holy Prophet dealt with in such a beautiful, pragmatic manner. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He was asked, what action is responsible for most people going to hell? What sin is most responsible for putting people in hell? And the Holy Prophet replied by saying, lying. It's lying. Because when a believer speaks a lie, then and only then he becomes prone to committing every other sin. And then he can continue down on his pathway towards kufr and towards hellfire.